What's good, y'all? It's your boy Mixtape Mob. If you are rocking with this content, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. But today, I'm going to hit y'all with my top 50 rap songs of 2022. These were 50 tracks that I tended to play the most when I was driving or working out. Overall, it was a strong year for hip hop, so it wasn't super easy to just select 50 songs. Now, last year I had organized my top 30 into a playlist on Tidal so that it would flow together like a mixtape, but I just found that task to be a little too daunting this year, especially with 20 more songs. So I just decided to list them in no particular order, but I will say the top 15 I probably played the most. So getting right into it, at number 50, I have 161 by Stove God Cooks. It's Stove doing his outlandish coke talk over a mid-tempo psychedelic beat from Superior. Stove's talking about having 100 bricks at his mama's crib. Yeah, wild stuff like that. Number 49, I have Vlad TV by 2 Chainz, Stove God, and Symba. It's a soulful trap anthem with dope verses from the three. The hook goes pretty hard. They're talking about rappers who go on Vlad TV just to tell on themselves. For number 48, I have Hotel Lobby by Quavo and Takeoff. It's just a moody trap ballad with Quavo and Takeoff going back and forth, reminding us of their chemistry. And this felt like it could have been something off of the Migos Culture 1, which was their best. At number 47, I have Socialize by Lloyd Banks. This twinkling, hypnotic beat really grabbed my attention, and Lloyd Banks was dropping some wise jewels as well. It was just a dope head nodding record. At 46, I have Elzhi's King Shit, Say Word. This is Elzhi giving us stellar bars over a smooth and lush beat from Georgia and Muldrow. You gotta love hardcore lyrics over that space age funk. For 45, I have FTCU, which is Fuck the Club Up by Latto, Glorilla, and Gangsta Boo. It's a 3-6 Mafia style strip club anthem. Plain and simple. I did like hearing Latto and Glorilla over more of that classic Memphis crunk sound. At 44 is Table for 3 with Shay Noir, Ransom, and 38 Spesh. This trio could be the modern day Firm if they wanted to, but here we got cold-blooded lyrics over a chill sample-based beat. It's just 3 ill lyricists setting the vibe. For number 43, I have The Wise and LaKid by Royale and Havoc. This feels like it could have been dusted off from 1998. Not only are we getting references to the movie Belly with Wise and LaKid, but also a haunting piano loop from Havoc. For 42, I have Butterfly Effect by Method Man and RJ Payne. It is the best song off Method Man's Meth Lab 3 for sure. I like their flows over this laid-back atmospheric production, and of course, Meth and Payne deliver on the bar. Number 41 is Bruddanem by J.I.D. and Lil Durk. This is a dope conceptual song about family and loyalty. I like the wholesome, twangy guitar, and this just felt like food for the soul. Number 40 is The Heart Part 5 by Kendrick Lamar. So I ended up liking this Kendrick song more than anything from his album. It's just Kendrick rapping passionately about the culture, and I did find his Nipsey verse to be pretty powerful too, although that was controversial. And you can never go wrong with the Marvin Gaye I Want You sample. For 39, I have Essential by Cormega. Sure, I like Glorious with Nas, but I found myself revisiting this one more. Cormega is giving us street smart parables and these deep life lessons over this dark and ethereal beat from Hav. For 38, I have Final Four by Flee Lord, Conway, Rock Marciano, and Trae the Truth. It's a gritty posse cut where everyone comes correct. I dug the energy that each artist brought to the table. I especially enjoyed hearing Trae the Truth over this New York sounding beat. 37 is 505 by Contra. It's a fun and lyrical banger over bright horns. I like the frenetic energy with this one. There's a lot of sharp flows, no doubt. And definitely check out Contra if you already haven't. For 35, I have Football Heads by Maxo Cream and Benny the Butcher. So it's nothing but the New York to Texas connection, and this was a wavy drug dealing anthem. I like this flavorful head nodding beat and Maxo's agile flow. For 34, I have Quantum Leap by Marciano. I love this quirky boom bap production from Uncle Al and the smooth calculating lyrics from Marcy. Especially love his line, whip the brick until it was submissive. For 33, I have Contraband by Teflon, produced by DJ Premier, and here we get a banger of a beat from Primo. It felt good to see DJ Premier and the Brownsville OG link up back again. Yeah, this one felt like it could have been a mixtape banger from the late 90s. For 32, I have The Way I Feel by the Artifacts, produced by Buck Wild. So RIP same one. If you haven't checked out this Artifacts album, do yourself a favor and at least peep this track. Is very nostalgic, raw New Jersey hip hop. At number 31 is Diesel by Kool G Rap, produced by The Alchemist. It's a very mellow beat from Uncle Al, but G Rap gives us top tier mafioso bars. We do need more than one song from these two. One track's not gonna cut it. For number 30, I have John Lennon by Dave East. This is a dope conceptual song from Dave East about rappers dying and getting taken out by crazy fans or even by everyday street things. I love the Anthony Hamilton feature and the Rainy Day production from Mike and Keys. 29, I have Just in Time by JID and Lil Wayne. We got great flows from JID and a strong verse from Wayne. I was digging the chilly string production overall, which is a lyrical banger. For 28, I have Middle of the Ocean by Drake. So if you like when lyrical Drake decides to show up, this is the track to check for, because he definitely reminds us that he can still rap well when he decides to. And you can't go wrong with the Mo Money, Mo Murder, Mo Homicide sample either. At 27 is All the Way Out by Boldy James. I like this funky head nodding beat from Real Bad Man. It's just a cool West Coast boom bap record. Just a little more up-tempo, and the beat did give me somewhat of a modern-day Alcoholics vibe. At 26, I have Pimpin' Benjamin by Contra. It's a strong conceptual track about money, the government, and capitalism. There's a lot of clever wordplay and great flows found over this jazzy boom bap beat, and these guys will likely give you a modern-day Souls of Mischief meets Far Side feel. For number 25, I have Paper Cuts by Vince Staples. This is a chill money making anthem. The hook is very ear grabbing, and I like the G-Funk meets trap production. For 24, I have Forgive Me by Key Glock. This has that eerie 3-6 Mafia flavor. I like the children's choir sample and Key Glock's icy delivery. Yeah, it's a Memphis banger, plain and simple. For 23, I have Big Stepper by Rome Streets. This was one of the standouts from Kiss the Ring. Rome is rapping with so much energy and hunger, and we get this very thick and booming bass line that sounds like it's straight out of 1994. For 21, I have Street Made by Scarface, Freddie Gibbs, produced by DJ Muggs. So it was cool to hear Scarface over Muggs' gritty and murky production. Freddie and Face were giving out some streetwise game. Yeah, this was an unexpected gem. Number 21, I have Louis Baggage by Currency and Baby Face Ray, produced by The Alchemist. And this is one of the best songs from that Currency and Alchemist project. It really has this vibe-heavy, rainy day on a boat feel. It's very cinematic, and the Babyface Ray feature gave it some variety. At number 20, I have Snowfall by Jeezy. You know Jeezy has a reputation for strong intros, and he definitely didn't disappoint here. I like the glorious horns, DJ Drama's narration, how he kept bringing the track back, and Snowman rapping in all of his trap splendor. It's that hustle and motivate music. At number 19 is Melt Session number 1 by Denzel Curry. I liked how Denzel was giving us heavy introspection over a live jazz band, and he's rapping aggressively over this mellow jazz instrumental. It's a great combination. For 18, I have The Blues by Waco Tron. So Waco Tron is a Texas artist who I did a review for last year, and he dropped a project in 2022, and this was one of the standouts. Now, he's usually known for more aggressive bangers, but this one was a little more melancholy and personal. For 17, I have Dead Roses by Lloyd Banks. It's Lloyd Banks getting contemplative, questioning the loyalty of fans and demanding his flowers. I like this somber and dreary beat. It's probably my favorite sad sounding song of the year. At number 16, I have Diet Coke by Pusha T. This beat did play in my head multiple times throughout the year. I'm not gonna lie. The production felt timeless, and Pusha delivered with his crisp and icy flow, and the Fat Joe vocal scratches stood out. At number 15, I have Just Say That by Duke Deuce and Glorilla. This is a Memphis crunk anthem. It's gonna get you hype, and probably one of the most fun tracks that I heard this year as well. And it was my introduction to Glorilla. The piano goes super hard, and the hook is catchy as ever. For number 14, I have Christopher Wallace by Big Moochie Grape. This is Young Dolph's artist, Big Moochie Grape, who's got a great flow, and I liked how he was sliding and paying homage to Biggie over this top-notch trap beat. At number 13, I have Born Hustler with Kool G Rap, 38 Spesh, and AZ. It's a grown man hustling anthem, and my favorite record from the G Rap album. It's just smooth, rowdy music with that late night driving under the city lights feel. For number 12, I have Blackest in the Room by Freddie Gibbs, produced by The Alchemist. It is a two-part instrumental. The first makes you feel like you were stepping into a casino with James Bond and the Rat Pack, while the second has more of that neck-snapping trap quality, and it probably contains the hardest bars on that Freddie album. At number 11, I have Johnny P's Caddy by Benny the Butcher and J. Cole. So obviously the Cole verse got a ton of love, got a ton of praise this year. But I actually think Benny's verse was slept on. But overall, it was a dope ass song with more of this soothing melodic production from Uncle Al. At number 10, I have Legit by Nas. So Hit Boy was in his bag with that Eddie Kane sample. I liked hearing Nas over this dusty piano production. He talks about escaping the streets to go legit, so he's giving us motivation and deep game. But yeah, overall, fantastic track from the album. For number 9, I have Circumstances by Ransom in The Game. Okay, I don't care for The Game's verse really at all, truthfully, but Ransom's bars are powerful, and Craven's soul production is stellar. I liked how Ransom did a little bit of harmonizing on the hook, as we don't get that too often from him. Yeah, this felt like a polished single, and I think I like Ransom in this bag. For number 8, I have Stressed by Conway the Machine. This record received quite a bit of acclaim. I like the melancholy atmospheric production and the way Conway was opening up about his life, his pain. I found it to be a breath of fresh air for Conway to go this route, since one might not expect him to be so vulnerable. But yeah, overall, it was his most polished and poignant single to date. For number 7, I have The Root of All by DJ Premier, Slick Rick, and Lil Wayne. And it was the best track from that Primo Hip Hop at 50 EP. The Primo beat is chic, but dreamy at the same time. I thought Lil Wayne really went off, and Slick Rick's verse took me back to his sound on that Art of Storytelling album from '99. For number 6, I have Aquamarine by Black Thought. This was one of the standouts from Cheat Codes. I love this cinematic and godly beat from Danger Mouse, and Black Thought was just rapping like he was this epic superhero, but overall, remarkable track. For number 5, I have Shootouts in Soho by Westside Gunn. This was a song that grew on me considerably. It just has that classic mid-tempo hypnotic production. I'd say it's a perfect blend between luxurious and raw. I like the chopped and screwed hook from Rocky, and the verse from Stove God was pretty entertaining. as a whole, it was just a really cool and wavy record. For number 4, I have Gotta Rap by Ab-Soul. I loved how he opened it up. Backpack rap with gas in it. Easily the best track from his recent album. Not only was Primo in his bag, but Ab-Soul body bagged this beat, giving us his best all-around performance on the album. For number 3, I have Get Away by Young Dolph. You got some introspection from Young Dolph, letting us into his mindset before he passed. He's talking about wanting to get away from the fame and the daily grind. The melodic vocal sample is really fire. It's just a strong conceptual track from Dolph overall, and one of my favorites from his Paper Route Frank album. For number 2, I have Thowie's Revenge by Benny the Butcher. It's an up-tempo banger from Uncle Al. The horns go super hard, almost reminding me of what RZA did on the Method Man track, Release Your Delph. And Benny came through with some hustling, motivational bars. Yeah, hard as nails track. And for number 1, I have Thun by Nas. It's a Queen's anthem, and Hit Boy really laced Nas with this fire orchestral beat. And this one felt like it could have been a sequel to Queen's Story from Life is Good. So those are my top 50 of the year. Obviously, there's some other ones, but I had to narrow it down to that 50. Let me know yours in the comment section. Well, maybe not 50, because that's a lot of reading. But anyway, it's your boy Mixtape Moth. I'm signing out, but please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. As always, it's peace and blessings. Happy holidays. Top 50 hip hop songs of the year. 1.